it's Andy and welcome to the Avett Brothers guitar lesson video. So since it's a country folk song, I've got my nice Martin going here. And this is a Martin guitar with your Fishman pickup and tuner at the top. And then as you can see, I replaced my bridge pins with metal bridge pins, so it's just a little bit brighter. Okay, and before we get started, you're going to want to make sure your guitar's in tune, and you're going to want to make sure your CAPO is on the 2nd fret. Okay, the first time I tried to figure out this song, I tried to play it with no CAPO, and man, that was kind of a chore because you'd have to play a D, and you'd have to do some stretching. Ugh, that's too hard. So once you put your CAPO on, play it in the key of C. It's just so much easier, okay? So here we are, key of C, and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that happens in the Avett Brothers When I Drink is he starts the intro on a C chord. Okay, now there's something special happening here, so let's get really into the details. First, hold your C chord. Hey, and by the way, if you don't know the chords, look down in the description. It says basically X, 3, 2, 0, 1, 0. That's how you figure out your chords, okay? This string is X. Don't play it. This string is fret 3. Next string, fret 2. Next string, 0. Next string, fret 1. Next string, 0. So that's how you read those charts, okay? So all the chord charts are down there if you want to take a look. But I'm just going to assume you know your basic chords, so here we go. I'm on a C chord. All right, now take your pick and strike exactly the 5th string. All right? The 5th string means the 5th string up from the floor, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th string means the 5th string up from the floor. Okay, and then give all the other strings a down-up strum. Now we'll continue, but this time you must strike string 4 with your pick. Then play the rest of the strings in a C chord with a down-up strum. Okay, now it's important to get that very exact. So 5, down, up, 4, down, up. We're going to hit exactly string 5, then the other strings, then string 4, then the other strings. Okay, and that sounds like this. And that's how the song starts. That's the intro. Okay, now if you want to get a little bit more advanced, if you want to take it another step further, let's get very specific here. Okay, try this. Hit string 4 and 5 together, so double, then strum the rest with the down up. And now play string 4 and string 3 together, that's a double, then down up. Of course, this time the down up is only a couple strings, right? It's just string 1 and string 2. So for the strums, you're hitting just a lot of the high notes, okay? Anyway, let's review that. So 4 and 5, and then 4 and 3. Okay, so I'm doubling 4 and 5 together. It's a double. And then 3 and 4 together, double. Okay, now that sounds like this. Okay, now that sounds a little bit more like what he's doing on the CD. Okay, let's move forward. All right, here we are with verse 1. Okay, so the C that's there over when that's still part of the intro. Okay, so he's playing the intro. When now on A minor, switch to drink. So you know that first verse of the song actually starts on an A minor. Okay, so when you're on A minor, you're just rocking your A minor and you're hitting string 5. Okay, try to hit string 5, string 5, string 5, string 5, string 5. It's string 5, then down up. To 5, down up, 5, down up, 5, down up, 5, down up. Most of the chords are going to play with that strumming pattern, okay? Let's keep going. So now the next chord is F. Darn, F is a bar chord. Okay, it's always a hard chord for everybody to learn and to play, but here's a secret of getting it a little bit more smooth within the song. Instead of struggling with, oh man, I gotta get all these fingers just right. Okay, now I'm gonna play. Don't do that. Instead, remember, it's bass and then you strum it, right? So, when you play the bass note, how many fingers do you really need? Just one. Just play this finger on the fingertip. Pointer finger, finger 1, play the note. Okay, now lay it down and add the other fingers and continue to strum your F from that point, okay? So we got our F bass. Can you lay it down while the note's still ringing? Can you lay this finger down flat and place the other fingers and still have sound? Okay, so we did the F chord in 2 steps. First we played the bass, and then we laid it down and played the rest of the chord. All right, so let's keep going. Let's move forward. So now G. Again, do that same thing. Place the bass note, play the note. Now place the other fingers and continue your strumming. So we played the G in 2 steps. We didn't just slap down the G. We played the bass first, then we played all the other notes. Okay, and then we're back to A minor again. Striking string 5. We're on C again. Striking string 5. We're on F again. Striking string 6. We're on G again. Striking string 6. Okay, now here comes a really cool part. It's the walk down part. Now I know on the chart it says C and it says C/B, right? You see that chord in a lot of guitar tabs from famous sites, Songster and Chordy and Ultimate Guitar and Guitar Pro. They all have these chords listed out, and they've listed C/B as the chord here. Okay, but I don't think that's the right chord. C/B sounds like this. That's not what he's playing. He's playing G/B, everybody. Okay, it's only 1 note different. So it's not like a huge difference. Would the audience really notice if you played C/B instead of G/B? I don't know, but I noticed it, so it's not this chord. It's this chord. The correct chord there is X2 0 0 1 0. Okay, so the note that's different that I'm talking about is it has an open D. It does not play 2nd fret on the D, but instead has open D. Okay, so let's practice this walk down. C and then G/B and then A minor sounds like. An important part of the song to get down, so let's practice it real slow. C chord, strike string 5. G/B chord, strike string 5. A minor chord, strike string 5. Okay, and when you put it all together, it goes. Okay, and then we're off into just more of the same chords, right? Okay, but let's talk about more of the fine details, the thing that makes this song sound exactly, the things that you could do to make this song sound exactly like the recording. Like say, for example, when he plays F, okay? He actually walks up to F by playing the open string note, then the first fret bass note. So you get a 0, 1, okay? 0, 1, then F. Whenever there's an F, do this. Or it's actually a little faster, isn't it? Okay, if you're the type of player that just likes to slap down the whole F chord all at once, you can still do it. It's a little bit more advanced to do that thing that I was talking about where you put your finger down and then you play the rest of the chord. But you know, if you're not practicing that, that's okay. What you could do is you could just hold F up in the air like this. Okay, can you tell what chord I'm going to play? Totally, that's an F. So you hold your fingers like this and you go 0, then 1. So walk up to F. There's going to be a lot of walk-ups in this song. Okay, so there's going to be more coming up as we go through the different verses. As each verse starts, he kind of walks up to C. I wrote some tab in the description that says walk up to C. Let's cover that. Okay, so sometimes when he lands on C, he goes walk up to C. Let's figure that out. What's happening? Okay, so he's kind of playing a scale using bass notes, and he lands on the note that he needs to rock a C chord. It just sounds so cool. It's a bit bluegrassy, a little bit folky. You hear it in country music. Here it is. 3rd fret on the low string, open string on the A string, 2nd fret on the A string, and then you land on 3rd fret on the A string. Hey, and you're set up to rock your C. So keep that finger on and then add the other fingers and then you have a C. Okay, so you're walking up to C. Walk up to C. Has a little bit of a swing rhythm, okay? So it's not just blah, 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 blah. That's too boring, right? That's straight. He plays it swing. Da, 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 da. Short, long, short, long. So you have to get that rhythm. Short, long, short, long. 3-0, 2-3. Okay, let's move forward. All right, let's take this first verse from the beginning. All right, so he's rocking that intro part at the beginning of the song. Now A minor for 2 strums, F, 2 strums, G, 2 strums, A minor, C, walk up to C, walk up to F, G, walk down, bottom of the verse, you just do this. A minor with a slow strum. Okay, take your pick and brush the strings. Slow strum. Don't just do this. It doesn't go like that. It goes like this. Brush it. Listen to each individual. Try to get it even. Da 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 da. And then work on your speed. Da 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 da. But real even. A minor is just a brush stroke. C is just a brush stroke. Just do your best. Okay, take it a step further. Let's get more advanced. Can you play, 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 play? And then when you get to the last string, really hit that string as an accent. Okay, so I'm not pinching my pick very tightly, and I'm not contacting the strings with a lot of force. I'm just kind of brushing it, just like, you know, you're petting your dog or you're petting your cat, just real gentle. And as soon as you get to this note, now grip your pick, and it's going to come out strong. Okay, so you're highlighting that last note. Soft, 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 grip. So you can strum and pick out a certain note to last and ring. So it's not just strumming a chord. It's strumming a chord and highlighting that last note. Okay, I think we covered the first verse, didn't we? So let's move on to the chorus. All right, in the chorus, you're going to do this. Caveman it. Okay? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And what I would tell my students is just play all the strings. All right, don't play carefully. Don't try to aim for, oh, this chord's only got 5 strings. Oh, this chord's only got 4 strings. Oh, this, too careful, you know. You're just gonna caveman this part. Hit all the strings, go up and down, really make a lot of sound. Okay, so E minor. Go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Play all the strings. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, D minor. Okay, now on the chart it says D minor is XX 0, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so how do you X those strings? Am I going to try to miss them? Nope. I'm just going to put my thumb like this, and I'm going to just barely touch that low string. Low string is now a dead string. Okay, string 5 is going to ring. Oh well, I know it says X on the chart, but 0, 0, 2, 3, 1. If I just hit all the strings, I hit 6 strings, 5 notes came out. Just power it. Don't try to carefully play it, just caveman it. Okay, A minor. You know, we don't want that low string on A minor either, so I'm going to leave my thumb kind of up here. Okay, you very rarely ever see me play any music with my thumb, or put my thumb on the strings, or fret anything with my thumb. I'm just muting the strings with my thumb, and the only time I ever do it is when I'm strumming chords, and I'm trying to block out that low string. That's the only time I ever use my thumb, okay? But it kind of comes in valuable when you're rocking these cowboy chords and you don't want that low string to ring. So on A minor, just cover up that low string. Okay, and then no worries for the rest of the chords, because G, you just play all the strings anyway. And then F, you got to slap the F down all at once. And G again. Okay, so you're playing all the strings all the time. Ready? So 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor, D minor, A minor, G, F, G. And you know, in a folk song, they would have played G7. Okay, but he chooses not to, and that's okay, but you could throw a G7 in there if you really feel like it. Because the G is 2 measures, all right? It doesn't say that on this chart right there, but it's I've been so far, okay, is G, G. 2 G's right there. There should be twice as long on that particular G. Just hold it out. It's the last chord in the chorus, and so you make it last. It's a songwriting technique. You double the time of that last chord on so far, okay? And you let the audience wait for what's coming next, all right? So leave them in anticipation. So 2 G's at the end. Okay, here it goes. Chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor. Play all the strings. D minor. Play all the strings. A minor. Play all the strings. G. F. G. Then do a double G. And where are we going? To the next verse, which is on a C. We're going to walk up to it. Walk up to C right there. Okay. A minor. Walk up to F. G. A minor. You can walk up to C if you want. Let's cover that one because I didn't really show you that. Going from A minor to C. You start with A minor. The walk-up note is fret 2 on the 5th string. And then you play 3rd fret on the 5th string and you're rocking your C chord. So it's just a single walk-up note. A minor, walk-up note, C chord. Now on the recording, he plays the walk-up note, and he still has a little bit of a high note strum there on an upward strum during the walk-up, so that makes it sound pretty cool. So let's really get detailed here. What's happening? A minor, 5th string bass, down up strum, 5th string bass, play the 2nd fret walk-up note. Don't move your 1st finger though, because you're gonna just leave that on there. Just 1 upward strum for the high notes, and then we're on C. What does that sound like? It sounds like that. Okay, here's another thought. So I know there's a lot of little teeny tiny details. I mean, you could just play all the chords and sound great. But if you want to learn every little slip of the finger from the Avett brothers, when you play C, do this. When they play C, they play their standard C, and then they lift up their middle finger, lift it up in the air, and then when you strum your chord, slam it down, and you get a hammer. Throw that in on a C chord, okay? So in this spot we were just practicing, we have there's that hammer, where you hammer it on that C. Okay, let's take this verse from the very beginning. Let's start over. Okay, so verse 2, we're walking up to C. Here we go. A minor. Walk up to F. G. A minor. Walk up. Hammer. Walk up to F. G. C. Walk down. A minor. Walk up to F. G. C. A minor. F. G. A minor. the chords are 2 beats, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2. Then walking down the scale, F, G. And then you know what to do on the last line, you brush it. Less energy on those last 2 chords, because now we're going to rock that chorus and you're going to go up and down and add lots of energy. 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor, D minor, A minor, G, F, G, and play G twice. Okay, so if you're strumming at home and you're going down, up, down, up, that's okay, but add your swing rhythm, right? So down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Down is long, up is short. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. So the rhythm has a swing to it. Okay, anyways, verse 3, hey, it's kind of just the same as all the other verses, right? Nothing's different there. And then on the last chorus, hey, it's the same as the other choruses, except for he plays the last line twice. So let's cover that. Last chorus of the song, E minor, D minor, A minor, double G there? I'm not sure that it is. He's back to F. And he's on G. This one's definitely a double G. Okay, and then end the song. I would have ended it with the Walkup, but no. He just ends the song with the C strum. Okay, now here's another thought for the last note of the song. You could just play basic C. Or you could do the John Denver C, the C/G. Okay, so play 2 notes over here. 3rd fret, low string, 3rd fret on the 5th string. Use your 2 weakest fingers, right? But stick them together, like duct tape them together, like they're stuck together, like it's just one big finger, okay? And you got your C. 3, it's 3, 3, 2, 0, 1, 0. That way you can play all the strings and get a big sound. You don't have to worry about muting out that low string. You get more of a rich sound. Okay, so you're at the end of the song. You throw that last chord in. Okay, so the last thing I'll say about this one is it really does matter what the high note of the chord is. Let's go through this because this is an important concept. Okay, so if I play a basic C, here's standard textbook everyday C. What's the highest note the audience hears? That'd be this note. Open E, right? High E. The highest note of this chord is open E. Okay, do you hear it? It's in there. Okay, now I could have put the high note as a 3rd fret note with my pinky. This is also a C chord. It just has a different note at the top. Do you hear it? It's in there. Does it sound different than this other C? I could have put an E at the top. I could have put a G at the top. You know, I can also make this C note as the top note. All I have to do is cover up string 1. I do it this way, okay? Put your pinky on string 1 like this. Okay, and then when you play your C chord, the audience can't hear string 1. It's not there. But they can hear string 2. They can hear this note. That's the highest note they hear. Do you hear it? It's right there. Okay, so this is a high level of ear training. Okay, so let's say I put my hand off the screen and I play the chord. So did I play, maybe I'll play a C as the high note, maybe I'll play an E as the high note, maybe I'll play a G as the high note. Okay, so which chord is this? If you said E, you're right. Which chord is this? If you said C, you're right. What chord is this? If you said high G, you're right. Okay, so I want you to be able to tell whether I play a C chord with a C at the top, with an E at the top, or with a G at the top. Which one sounds better to play the song? You know, if I'm playing the song, which chord do I want? Do I want this one? That was with the C at the top. Okay, or maybe do I want this one? That was with the E at the top. Or do I want this one? The G at the top. They all have different sounds, don't they? I mean, when you have the C at the top, it has this kind of a sound of a resolution, you know, it sounds complete. Like that must be the end. There must not be any notes coming after that. Okay, if I put the E at the top, well, it's kind of sparkles. You get the major third, so it sounds happy. Like a smile. Okay, and then if I put the G at the top, it has a rock solid sound, but I think it sounds like less of a conclusion than the C did, so it's available, it's there, but if I really wanted to sound complete, I would put the C at the top. Okay, this is something you hear in Bach and in classical music. They play the last chord of the tune and they put the root note of the chord, they put it at the top. It's a sound, okay, it's a thing. Here we are in guitar, and a lot of times we just play the chord and we don't even bother to figure out what's the highest note of the chord. Most of the time we just play a C chord, it has the major third at the top. And that's okay, that's very popular in choral music too, because when you sing the highest note as the major third, it sounds great in vocal harmonies, okay? What about that fifth? What about that high G? Okay, that's actually considered the weakest cadence of them all, is when the fifth is at the top. They do that in the middle of the song, but never at the end when studying classical music. But there it is. It's a note that we could play in modern times, and it sounds great. Okay, so I'm just showing you all that so that you can decide which one of those C's do you want to play. Play all three and make a decision and see which one sounds the best. I'm going to play the standard C this time. Can you hear the highest note? It's the open E. Let's see how it sounds with the high G this time. Yeah, it sounds good. Okay, this time I'm going to sound the C as the highest note. Here it goes. I think that's how he actually ends the song right there on the C chord with the C on the top. It doesn't have string 1. String 1's not in that chord. Okay, well, we covered all those chords. We did the strums, we did the walk-ups, and so I wish you luck mastering this song. Watch this video again if you find it helpful. Make sure you subscribe and drop me a like. I've got a Patreon link and members-only videos on YouTube. You can check that out down below. Thanks for checking out my video today, and I'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.